Right then, ladies and gentlemen, your next bout this evening is an amateur MMA fight in the 155-pound division. Welcoming first in the blue corner, fighting out of Team Underground MMA. Welcoming to the cage, Amir, ELLITHY. And welcoming his opponent, fighting out the red corner from Home Force MMA, Musa, Hallam.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the cage door getting set to shut on this amateur lightweight competition. About to start the action. Here we go. Lightweight action now.
These are some big lightweights.
Huge. Amir ELLITHY looks like he could comfortably be a welterweight.
Oh, easy. This, ooh, nasty outside leg kick.
It looks straight away like it's ELLITHY that's trying to set the tone of this fight.
One of the things is ELLITHY's got that like traditional karate stance, the wide legs. And it's great for like kicks. And apparently for takedowns too.
Well, we've now got Musa Hallam back to the cage, working to try and stand.
One of the things is he's stuck over in the opponent's corner, and the opponent can literally just listen to his coach tell him, okay, this is what I want you to do. All right, there you go. Grab a hold of him by the waist. Let's suck him back. Real heavy pressure with your shoulder. Heavy pressure with your shoulder. Now let's get him to where he can't use the cage to stand.
Beautiful step over into the guard. It's almost like you know what you're talking about, Mr. Albert.
I know, it's amazing.
I mean, he trying to pin that arm down as well.
Yeah, it makes it tough, though. When you're trying to run a high mount like that, some guys, even with the cage right there, if you're really good at bridging, you can hip over and actually kick guys off. So he's smart, though. He's staying nice and tight. He's not giving himself any position to where he would get tossed like there. He went back to the base when he knew I was not in control anymore. Now he's going to look to posture up as his corner screams at him, posture up, and let's rain down the points.
I mean, Hallam on the bottom is surviving at the moment. He's not allowed any posture. He's not allowed any big shots to come in, but with full mount, and he tries to roll the, and
that's exactly what you're supposed to do. I tell the guys all the time, there's no reason for you to sit and mount. There's no, whoa, that was some strength.
That was huge strength. I was kind of thinking, are we going to get an Arona Rampage powerbomb there? But no.
No, if he was smart, he went like this, went, no, feet are off the ground. I'm going, no, I'm sitting. There you go.
And now we have a complete reversal of positions and fortune.
Now, if you were looking at the fight 20 seconds ago, you were thinking, okay, this is an easy round one victory. He's going to sit there and sit on top. And then Hallam's been able to literally reverse the position, go right to mount, and mirror what happened to him in the first part of this.
I mean, it was like he was threading the needle. He just pulled those legs out into the mountain. Exactly the same position.
And ELLITHY's doing exactly what he had done to him, which is clamp down, let's lock down on that head. I don't want to take any damage. Survive till the end of the round.
This has certainly been, 3 minutes, but two very different fights.
And the thing is, this is the hard one when you look at it from a judge's perspective, because this is the quintessential 10-10 round.
Here we go, round two. Two huge lightweights in front of us. Amir ELLITHY, 1-0 in the Punch Town black trunks trimmed with red. And he takes on Musa Hallam in the black compression shorts.
And we'll get a little bit of a timeout here for Musa.
Do you feel that the fighters almost feel pressure to get back in there as opposed to, well,
I do. I think what ends up happening is these guys feel that there's a necessity for them to keep things moving, whereas the importance behind it is making sure that you feel 100% ready to continue.
Well, both ready to continue, and Musa Hallam there with a attempted head kick. Being backed slowly up to the cage, though, and in on the takedown attempt is Amir ELLITHY.
Hands are locked. Change to that double. He's, again, in his corner, able to listen to his team tell him. He just looked up at his team. So he's listening to everything that's being said to him. His corner's not having to scream across the cage or anything like that. He's just able to listen. Now, unlike the first time that we saw this in the first round, Hallam was able to get back to full guard to have a little bit more control and not as much fear of an easy posture up and a ground and pound finish.
You can see he's got one butterfly in there looking to control that, the hip on the right side. And
he's got the right arm trap of a Tifi, and that's something that you can use for the sweep as well, because you can pull that shoulder down, and if you're able to lift your hips and elevate at the same time, you can actually get that sweep, and it's really effective for like gi and no gi grappling. In MMA, open yourself up to getting elbowed in the face. In the amateur level, punched in the face, but on the pro level, unless you've got a really good lockdown, you can get elbowed to.
I mean, he did some great work off his back to sort of get back to the full guard. He's trying to use those butterflies.
Now he's looking to try to wall walk. Like, he's doing everything right. For somebody that's making his debut, he's showing really good fight IQ.
Yeah, again, he's not being able to, he's not doing anything other than defending at the moment, but he's defending well, and he's constantly looking to improve position. And here we go, he stands back up. And now bullies his man up against the cage. Yeah, you could see there that Amir ELLITHY just tried to use brute force, and it didn't work, and we got that looks really uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's going for a 3/4, kind of a reverse 3/4 to try to push the neck down, keep the head going away. The biggest thing is wherever the head goes, the body will follow. It's just, that's physics behind human beings. So if you can push the head in an opposite way, they're not able to go where they want to finish things.
Again, a hard-fought, grueling round for both these young fighters, and they are not making it easier for our three judges today.
I mean, with that one, if you're going to look at just dominance in the cage control, and the fact that he did control him on top, didn't cause any damage, but controlled him on the top, you're going to look at Alifie having that round probably a 10-9. No chance in hell at a 10-8 like we saw in the last one.
No.
Now, here's the thing. Alifie needs to do exactly what he's been doing because it'll win him the fight. He's not looking for a finish. He's looking to win on points. It's totally fine. He wants to win. Now, my biggest thing with Hallam is he's been reactionary. So anytime something is happening to him, he mirrors it. I think in order for him to be able to win this round and quite possibly win the fight, or at least cause a draw, is he's got to go out and start from the bell to actually dominate the pace. Let's see some sharp jabs, let's see some low kicks, let's do something that actually shows that he's taking control of the fight.
Well, he's got 3 minutes to do it. Dan Marietti starts us off again, and Amir ELLITHY in the Punchtown black trunks trimmed with red and white, taking on Musa Hallam in the black compression shorts. And you know, it's almost like you were cornering him, because he is setting the pace straight away in this round and immediately ends up top position.
I don't want to call myself a genius, but maybe I'm a genius.
Maybe, just maybe. After all, Lanny Poffo was a genius.
This is true. He was my favorite of all the Poffo brothers. He's done exactly what he needed to do. He's now reversed the position from round 2. The question is, can he actually cause a bit of damage from top to do something to where you go, okay, he easily won this round. He's done the smart thing. He got the takedown in his corner. He's able to listen to his cornermen without having to have them scream. He's not happy just to stay there. He's constantly moving. He's posturing up to be able to throw punches. It puts him in reckless positions, but he's trying to figure out ways to win this fight.
And again, Alifie off his back, throwing up the high guard, looking for a triangle, looking for making the man work.
Exactly. He was constantly moving because he didn't want to be on bottom, and he did everything he could to get out of it. And now he's stuck in on a single, and
he's going to try and step over and take the back.
Well, he's going to give up the takedown if he continues to try to step over like that. Hammer fist.
Big shots being landed. And again, you know, as a judge, are you looking at the fact that he is obviously throwing those shots defensively to defend the takedown?
But it's not defensive. That's an offensive minded. He's got one arm trapped, and he's throwing punches because he's got that arm trapped. It looks because, and now he's going to look, Alifie's going to look to pop his head out.
Oh, there's just no quitting either. And he's got the mount. He's got a crucifix there. Stepping over to north and south.
Okay.
Wow, those shots landed. They were effective, but is he trying to? No.
Okay, so he's got a north-south reverse triangle.
I don't think I've ever. And the tap! Holy crap, that's the first time ever I've seen that.
I've never seen it as well. His arm was trapped. So his arm was trapped across, underneath, and he was able to finish an inverted north-south triangle.
Well, I got to tell you, in my 14, 15 years of looking at UK MMA, I have never seen an inverted north-south triangle ever. Bravo!
It might be a thing. Now I'm going to have to spend an ungodly amount of time going through YouTube trying to see if I can find it.
Wow. Just wow.
And folks, everybody that's tuning in currently on the Facebook feed, this is what you get from UK MMA. You will see things that you have never seen before. Really quick, let's throw a quick shout out to our sponsors, Whip Street Motors, Scrap, Metal, and Vehicle Recyclers.
And let's turn it over to our MC, Pop Sensation,
Craig Powell.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have your winner due to inverted triangle in the blue corner, Amir ELLITHY. Moving on to our next bout this evening, it's an amateur MMA fight in the 185-pound division. Welcoming first in the blue corner, fighting out of MK Legion. Welcome into the cage, Samuel Akasha. And welcome into the cage, his opponent in the red corner, fighting out of Spartacus MMA, Rune Robertson.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the cage door set to close on this amateur middleweight competition. Samuel Akasha fighting out of the blue corner, representing MK Legion in the white and black Venom trunks, taking on Rune Robertson, fighting out of the red corner, the black shorts, representing Spartacus. We've got a 3-1 record in the red corner versus a 2-1 record in the blue, so amateurs with a little bit of experience, Nick.
Yeah. Rune's uses his reach pretty well. This is, I think, one of the first times that somebody he's matching up with that actually has that same reach, so it should be interesting to see how he's able to combat it.
I mean, Rune straight in on the body lock, secures the takedown, and Akasha now back to cage. Starting to be smothered a little bit.
He's got that full guard, but Rune's smart. He's going on that 2-on-1 and trying to lock that hand behind the back to be able to control it. Samuel was able to just get his hands back there, now clamp down and be able to try and stop any damage coming from the top.
Rune trying to get some... Oh, no!
Okay, that was an up kick on a grounded opponent. I truly believe it was completely on accident because he didn't realize what he was doing, and the referee did not stop it as Rune continued, and now he's into mount. But
and solid. I got to tell you, it doesn't look like Akasha has got much answer to this. He's got to keep bucking. He's got to pull his man down. Ooh. Oh, a solid shot lands there, and another. Akasha looking to cover up. He's got to close that distance. He's got to pull his man down.
Now, Rune is nice and tight. He's riding high, and he's throwing long, straight punches. And Samuel is able to move and stay alive for a little while. But Rune will not let him go free, and back to mount.
I mean, side control, slips over straight in the mount. You can see Akasha trying to buck his hips. But again, Rune just staying relentless. There it's it. The referee's seen enough. And holy moly. That young man was not going to be denied today.
He closed the distance. When he closed the distance, he got the takedown. And once the takedown occurred, as we're looking now, he got into this mount position and was raining down punches. And what you guys can't see at home is that was literally right in front of us. So every one of those punches that land, I heard glove hitting skin.
I mean, he landed some big shots there.
And for anybody watching at home, again, these are amateur fighters, so number one job for a referee inside that cage is fighter protection and fighter safety. So there might be some people that said, oh, you know, he's still moving and he was taking too much damage. No, he took enough punches as an amateur.
And we have your winner by TKO in the red corner, Rune Robertson.
Still pretty good. He just put him on the back foot right from the get-go. Yeah.
Da står jeg her med Rune Robertson. Gratulerer med en vanvittig bra kamp. Du dominerte jo helt fra starten av.
Ja, varte ikke så lenge, men sorry.
Hva føler du nå?
Jeg er bare veldig takknemlig. Treningspartnerne mine, coach Andreas Moss, jeg elsker det. Petter, strikinger, alle jeg trener med. Tusen takk. Ørjan, Jan Rikard, alle elsker dere.
Mine damer og herrer, Rune Robertson.
All right, moving on to our next bout this evening, an amateur MMA fight in the 205-pound division. Welcome into the blue corner, fighting from frontline Muay Thai. Welcome into the cage, Marcus. Hey! Welcoming his opponent in the red corner, fighting out of Salzburg, Chi. Welcome into the cage, Boresha.
It might be. All ladies and gentlemen, cage door set to close, and we move up another weight class to the light heavyweights. Marcus Hayes fighting out of the blue corner in the black trunks, and he takes on Boresha fighting out of the red corner, the blue trunks, and time to see the light heavyweights go at it.
But again, we're seeing that difference in short, stocky versus long and lean. And Boresha's already starting off with push kicks, teeps, long jabs. Like, he's using his reach effectively.
Both these gentlemen, I believe, making their debuts. So a beautiful straight that has an relentless pace.
And Boresha
and
is
he's
going
landing
in.
at will.
Boresha, Oh, Boresha.
Man, they weren't paying him by the hour.
I always have problems when they decide to jump on the cage right by us.
Clinical, a little bit chaotic, but didn't give his opponent any chance to breathe.
Yeah, once Boresha started landing, he just continued on. It was punches and bunches. He just kept going forward and landing at will, and hats off to Hay, because he was able to survive some pretty gnarly punches before he finally had to succumb.
There was a little bit of the Tasmanian devil about the technique. Not all those punches were crisp, but they all landed.
And that's just it. Is sometimes when you get into a fury like that, as we're looking back now at the replay, it's just straight punches landed in the face.
Your winner by TKO in the red corner, Boresha.
So Alan Boresha there makes quick work of Marcus Hay. I'm just going to give a quick shout out to some of the sponsors this evening. Whip Street Motors, Scrap Metal Vehicle Repairs. Of course, we can't forget Riva Pizza. My whole reason for being here.
Hva føler du nå?
Jeg fortjent. Jeg jobber hardt for det.
For det helt klart, det her var vel fortjent seier. Mine damer og herrer, Boresha.
Moving on to the next bout this evening, it's an amateur MMA fight in the 185-pound division. Fighting from the blue corner, welcome into the cage from Parisi Gym, Matthias Cross.
So I've come to that conclusion. I'm just one man amongst thousands. In this world, I'll know them, sure they'll do fine without me. The chemicals in my head don't work as yours. Just every piece of breath is a little bit of happiness. Every kind of love causes a little bit less regret. Please strike me thunder. Let me get closer to that light. Let me go.
And welcoming his opponent in the red corner, fighting from Home Fast MMA, welcome into the cage, Noam Matthias.
I never wanna hold you back. I wanna give you every chance to make it, to make it. I'm afraid if our love collides, you'll leave me alone tonight. 'Cause I'm changing and I'm breaking. Is this over? I'm scared to ask these questions 'cause I know.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, cage door set to close on this amateur middleweight competition. Matthias Cross representing Parisi Gym, fighting out of the blue corner in the white compression Under Armour shorts as he takes on Noam Matthias, representing Honfoss MMA in the black tatami trunks. And here we go, 2 middleweights, Nick.
Yeah, size-wise, again, it seems like we have, you know, little and stocked, long and lean.
Looks like that's becoming the pattern of the evening at the moment.
It'll be just really interesting because we saw in the last fight that the fighter that was actually long and lean used it effectively. Let's see how it turns out for Molotov.
Rukross, the one pushing forward at the moment.
And there's a bit of that feeling out because Rukross is really trying to understand what his range is. So he's throwing out a few punches, trying to see, okay, how far in do I have to be? Because he realizes, okay, I've got a reach disadvantage.
Oh, good takedown D there. Tried to use the wizard to throw, but didn't happen. But a lovely little hip toss that drops his. And he's under. Is he under the? Is he under there? We got it. No, slips out. Thought perhaps we had a standing guillotine there. Was getting excited.
I know. I was almost having to hold you down. You started to get up out of the chair.
I wanted to see it better. I keep forgetting I got a screen right in front of me. So pace slowed a little bit again. Matthias looking for those throws all the time.
He's done. Ow, 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 ow.
What did he land on there?
Yeah, his shoulder.
Wow, that was a brutal toss. Verbal submission there.
The very first time I ever dislocated my shoulder when I was young was a kid threw me, and I did the same thing with the block, and it just popped out. So every time I see something like that, I have horrible flashback nightmares. To the point where I don't even really want to look at it right now.
No, I'm looking at you and not him. Good to know we got the medical team in to look after the fighter. And I mean,
it was a nice wizard hip throw. He was up in nice and tight and was able to throw it correctly.
I wonder if we're going to see the finish there. I know there's no such thing as a fluke in fighting. Was that just an unfortunate landing, or?
It was. It's one of those things as well as instant reaction when you're getting thrown in that hip toss is to block. And he blocked with his elbow, but his elbow slid, and when his elbow slid.
We have your winner due to referee stoppage in the red corner, Noam Matthias.
Ja, da står jeg her med Noam Matthias. Gratulerer med seier. Gikk det opp for deg at han var skadet når du fikk han ned?
Nei, jeg hørte han bare skreik når jeg kastet det judokastet. Så bare, ja, stoppet jeg. Siden dommeren kom og stoppet kampen. Takk. Alhamdulillah.
Ja, det gikk som planlagt. Det så ut som det var gameplanen din å ta han ned fra første stund.
Yes, det var det. Tusen takk til Fighters Lab og Hønefoss Fight Game og alle som kom for å heie, og alle som ser på.
Mine damer og herrer, Noam Matthias!
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to our next bout this evening. This is an amateur MMA fight in the 155-pound division. Welcoming first in the blue corner, fighting our frontline Muay Thai. Welcome into the cage, Rune.
Hey guys, this is Andre once again from Trap Nation. Hope you're all having an incredible year so far. With the success, if you include the art.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the cage door getting set to close here. We have Carter Karim representing Frontline Muay Thai, fighting under the blue corner, the blue shorts, as he takes on BKK's very own Jamie McBride, the hometown fighter in the black armor shorts. And first chance we have to see some of the BKK team here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, should be interesting. Jamie's got some decent striking, but Haram's coming out on fire.
Big body kick there, followed it up. Looks like he tried to pull in for the guillotine, but McBride now half guard. You get moving to the side. You think it's just going to pop his head out.
I mean, it's a thing as well as you want to get yourself into a really nice position once you get him up against the cage, because a lot of what you're doing there is the arms getting burned out. So, and he's able to roll that over into what could be a mounted guillotine.
Yeah, I had no clue how he managed to roll that, but
he used the cage. He was smart as he was pushing up against the cage, and now here he is in a full mounted guillotine.
I was going to say, is there much of a chance of finishing the guillotine from that position?
It's really hard to finish a guillotine when you're in somebody's guard. You've got to be like BJ Penn level, that holding on and being able to tip that head.
Well, of course, McBride trying to bring the guard up high from his back. Trying to keep Karim honest here.
I mean, but Karim's doing everything right. He's riding very high when he does posture up. He's trying to pass as he postures.
Good work from McBride there to recognize the fact that Karim was looking to bring that guard up, those hips up high. Gets out of dodge, and another huge body shot. And now McBride on the, big knee up the middle to the body. That made me wince.
I mean, it's one of those things was Jamie upset about what took place at the beginning of this round and now he's coming out with anger? Or was it just fire in his belly?
I think there was just a bit of fire in his belly there. Oh, he's just starting to bully his man now. Referee Rich Mitchell has seen enough and brings a halt to this contest. Good shots being landed there. I'm never going to argue with the decision Rich Mitchell makes, ever. Fair play to the young BKK fighter there, finishing his man.
And he overcame some obstacles at the beginning of that round to then reset and go about implementing his game plan.
Yeah, I thought a great stoppage. Great stoppage by the referee there. Again, we keep reminding, we're watching amateurs, guys that we would quite like to see again and again and again. No point.